Imagine a world without coffee houses, without morning caffeine, without cafes on every corner. Hard to picture, right? But this drink didn't just wake people up. It reshaped cities, powered empires, and built global trade. Coffee began in the highlands of Ethiopia, where wild coffea plants grew in montane forests, and people first used the cherries for food and ritual. Recent genetic research shows Arabica traces its roots to those forests, and that the species itself arose long before humans through a natural hybridization between wild coffea species, which helps explain why cultivated Arabica has low genetic diversity and why some modern varieties struggle with pests and disease. The plant and its habit moved across the Red Sea into Yemen, where Sufi communities in the medieval period turned the berry into a brewed drink used to stay awake during night prayers. Yemenis refined drying, roasting, and processing techniques and built the first large-scale trade networks. The port of Mocha became synonymous with exported beans long before mocha meant chocolate in a cup. Yemen's farms and markets turned a wild fruit into a traded commodity that crossed continents. By the 1500s, coffee reached the Ottoman world, and coffee houses opened in cities like Istanbul. These houses were hubs for conversation, news, poetry, and commerce. Rulers tracked them closely because they gathered crowds where opinions spread fast. Coffee houses were practical public forums that governments monitored and sometimes tried to control. The social life of cities shifted around these small rooms and their steaming cups. Did you know? In short order, coffee houses became engines of information. In 17th century Europe, a penny bought a cup and access to lively debate and printed news, and those places were nicknamed penny universities for the cheap education they offered the public. Coffee houses helped create markets for ideas and for money, places where traders, writers, and thinkers met, and where newspapers, brokers, and insurance ideas took shape. European powers then smuggled plants and knowledge across oceans. The Dutch planted Java, the French established coffee estates in the Caribbean, and the Portuguese and others spread coffee to Brazil. Plantations grew huge, often built on coerced labor, and coffee export booms reshaped landscapes and societies across the Americas. By the 19th century, Brazil rose to unrivaled dominance in coffee exports, and that single-crop economy reshaped migration, land use, and global trade. In modern times, two species dominate the cup: Arabica for flavor and Robusta for yield and resilience. Coffee now links small farms in tropical highlands to cafes and roasters worldwide, and over 100 million people depend on the crop. The plant's ancient genetics and narrow diversity make breeding for disease resistance and climate resilience a real challenge, which is why researchers and farmers are racing to preserve wild populations and breed hardier lines. Coffee today is both a cultural ritual and a fragile global commodity. Coffee didn't just become a drink. It created public spaces for debate, funded trade routes and ports, shaped labor systems, and helped build the modern market world. If you want more fast, fact-driven deep dives like this, subscribe to Neuraloop, like this video, and follow the channel.